All right, so I am doing a little showcase of a solution that I came up with called my HireTable. What I've basically done here is I have used a lot of what's going on in Airtable, and I've used some of their new AI features to help me utilize AI in a way that allows me to pair job descriptions and my experience to create custom resumes and cover letters specific for that just job description. So before, without AI, this would take a long time going through trying to find keywords and then trying to craft each individual, my entire resume essentially based off of my experience, which is broad and vast as most of our experience is. And then we have to kind of narrow it down and focus it into the specific job that we're applying for. At least that's one way to do it, as opposed to have a generic resume. And so I have just decided to use AI as a tool to be able to help me out with this. Prior to what I've built here, I was using OpenAI's ChatGPT, and I was just kind of using it in the form of a chat, and I would just give it the job description, and I would give it my resume, my previous resumes, I'd give it my LinkedIn resume, I'd give it other experience, and it was just kind of jumbled and all over the place. I was able to ultimately get to what I was looking for, but it was a lot of copying and pasting. OpenAI with 4.0 Canvas has helped out a lot with that, being able to select specific areas and prompt individual areas, but we're kind of doing that now contextualized within a resume. And so we're using some cool features of Airtable. I'm choosing to use OpenAI, but you could definitely use Anthropic or any of the other Airtable AI service providers and LLMs. And so another thing that's really awesome about this is it starts off using the Airtable Web Clipper extension as well. So the Web Clipper extension is a super awesome little free extension that you can link up to your Airtable and just kind of from any page input information into your Airtable. So I'm going to showcase that and demo that to you right now. So here's my HireTable here. Just have a little bit of an overview of how to use it. This is all built within an Airtable interface. And so good place to start is I like to keep track of all my companies. Now, this is some demo data that I've pulled in. So I'm not showing you all the jobs and all the companies that I'm applying for, but this is just an example. So I'm going to open up companies, and then from here we'll see Airtable. As more companies get added, you'll see them pop up here. But let's just pull up an Airtable, and I've got the open roles link to their website. So I'm just going to click on that. When we do that, it takes me directly to the open roles on their page. So let's say I'm looking at this and I would like to, let's say I would like to look at the people generalist role. So with this role here, super great, gives me a lot of information. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just copy all of this entire job description. Actually, I'm going to copy this entire job description here, and then we're going to open up the web clipper, hit add job to tracker, and when we do that, it automatically pulls in the title of the web page. So you might have to just clean this up a little bit. The title is actually the people generalist, and we don't need to necessarily say add Airtable. The link is valuable to have. The job description gets pulled in because we've highlighted everything here, and that's a setting that you can set in the web clipper. Then we're going to come down here, company. I'm just going to hit Airtable. You could put in, if the company is not in your HireTable already, you could put another company in there, and then it would automatically bring them in. Notes is a place where I like to, kind of describe why it is I'm excited about this role. So I'm just going to say I've been an Airtable user since 2015, a partner throughout the years, and have helped consult for multiple businesses using Airtable, as well as I am a 4-time repeat founder of companies all built with Airtable. That's all I need to put. People, so I'm just going to choose me for now. I've got my wife in there as well. Location, we can choose locations, but I'm just going to say this is remote. Sorry, this is actually San Francisco. So, okay, so we don't have San Francisco in here, so I'm going to type other. And then when I type other, I'm going to pop in here and say San Francisco. Great. Salary range. So let's come down here. I think I saw a salary range. So in San Francisco, the range is this. Just pop that in there. And then I'm going to hit add record. And now I can just exit out of this, or I can open it up in Airtable. I want to actually make sure that I open it up in my job tracker. So we can see here that the job just popped up here. So it also is in the jobs Kanban board as well. So we have a Kanban board based on the jobs that I'm looking for. So let's just say that this job is a job that I want to start applying for. So I'm just going to pull this into my short list. I can keep using that web clipper to just keep adding up, keep compounding and creating a bunch of jobs, keep them in found, and then I like to just move them to short list when it's kind of on my to-do list of I want to apply for this company. So let's open up the people generalist position. And when we do this is where the magic really starts to happen. So from here, I can click and open this actual job if I want to, and then all these fields are all editable. So you can see we've pulled in all this information here, and the notes that we've pulled in, those notes will be used in my AI prompts. And my AI prompts, I can show you after the magic happens what the AI prompts look like, but they're AI fields within Airtable. So we can see here, this was automatically generated for us, these keywords. So these keywords pull out applicant tracking software friendly keywords, and they're just important kind of keywords to keep in mind. Obviously, I don't need things like, actually, this is all pretty beneficial here. So I'm going to keep this, but then when I hit add default skills, if we look at my skills here, I've loaded up a bunch of skills that are skills specific to me. Some of them I like to choose as like my default skills or my skills that I think are really important. Some of them are once-off skills that I would use individually for a specific company. So, but I have a whole bunch that are default skills. And so what I do is with this click of this button, what it's going to do is it's basically going to look at the AI keywords. It's going to look at the job description, and it's going to look at all of my default skills. And it's going to come up with 20 of the top skills that Airtable AI / OpenAI thinks are the best skills to put onto my resume. So that's working. Takes a couple seconds usually, but this is a pretty quick one. And so we can see here, these are all great skills, all great skills to have here. Maybe I don't want this HRS Workday. I can get rid of that, and maybe I want to add something else. Let's do SaaS and APIs, and let's say I also want to add in Airtable. Create a new one, Airtable, and I'll just add it as a default. Great. So now I've got my skills. Now I've got start to get into the actual resume part of it. So professional summary. So I have, again, this is all an AI generated professional summary. So this is something that's going to be popped up at the top of my resume. Let's say I don't want to have Workday here. I just want to leave that out. So I can always tweak it here, and then I can click this button that says generate again with AI. And if I want to, I can give it more information from either the keywords, the job description, or my notes, and then it'll recreate that job professional summary here. Next is where it gets really exciting. So the experience. So I have a bunch of experience that I like to keep track of. Some of them are applicable for some companies and some of them aren't, but for the most part, I have default ones. And within these default ones, let's just take a look at my ShoCal co-founder one. So I have start dates and end dates on here. This one doesn't have an end date. It's actually, I'm still working on ShoCal, and I just have a bunch of notes about ShoCal here and what my experience at ShoCal has been. And I have some dates here that gets automatically formatted. Same thing with my work as a cinematographer. So what if I hop back to that job and I click this button here that says add default experience? What that's going to do is it's going to go and find, as you can see here, it's added all of the default experiences that I have. and it's going to go ahead and automatically create these descriptions, these job descriptions, again, based on the prompt that I've given it. So my prompt is to have 1 to 3 sentences followed by some bullet points with some actionable items that are easy to look through. Now, this is still AI, so you still should check it. So this part down here at the bottom actually doesn't need to be here for each individual experience. I just want it to be just sentences or a paragraph and those bullet points. So I'm just going to clean this up a little bit. And I also don't need this up at the top. I'm going to clean that up. So I'm going to do that. I'll do this for all the other ones as well. Clean that up. That's good. Come here, clean this up. That's good. And clean this up. That's good. And clean this up. And get rid of the bottom there. Great. So now I've got kind of cleaned up job descriptions and experiences here. If I wanted to, I could add an individual experience. So if I thought something was specific on here that wasn't on here, I could add that. So let's just see, I could add my experience as a co-founder of Pizza Dude. So let's just say. And then here I could give notes to say, Pizza Dude was a company that ran on Airtable, and we were extremely lean and resourceful. Great. So now when I add it, I hit add, and then it's going to generate a prompt for that. And you can see here in these notes column here, I can actually add in notes here that affect the individual job experience. So if I wanted to tweak just this one, I could leave notes on how I wanted to tweak just this individual specific resume experience, and then I could recreate it, and it would take everything from above. So everything it used to create that job description, my previous experiences, the job description, the keywords and everything, and it would also take in these additional notes. So this is an optional field. Great. That's cool. I'm just going to, again, clean this up. That's pretty awesome. And now I'm going to come down here. If I had any notes about the cover letter, let's just say I want to reiterate that I have been an Airtable user since 2015, and I have built many personal as well as business use cases on Airtable. I'd love to work for them, but at the same time, I really enjoy building and working with other people. So if I could harness my ability to liaise between technical and executive level people, that's ideal. So take all that. If I have the actual hiring manager or who this role reports to, I can pop that in. Otherwise, it'll just default to say the hiring team. So while the cover letter's going, I also have an intro script. So I like to create a personalized video. Before we get into that, let's go to this cover letter. Pretty awesome here. This cover letter is automatically, that's pretty great. Talks about my role as a consultant, talks about my entrepreneurial expertise. It addresses the actual position at Airtable and my excitement for it, my passion for it, thanks them, and then sincerely signs off as my name. So that's pretty awesome. Going to do the same thing for the intro script, as you can imagine. The intro message, this is a message that I usually use to send as a message on LinkedIn or an email, just kind of saying to someone that I have applied for it. There's a good intro script that I'll use in my voiceover or in my personalized video that I'll make. I'll just put this as youtube.com because I usually put them on youtube.com. Or actually, I put them on my website, robweidner.com. And then when I do that, I'm going to hit generate intro message. And then this is a great little message here about Great, I can change that. Looks like it didn't grab my intro URL, which is fine. We can just copy and paste it again. And then this is where the magic happens. I can just hit create resume and we can sit back. This one takes probably the most amount of time because it goes to DocsAutomator and it uses a format or a template that I've built in Google Docs to create this resume using everything that you see here. And then once it's done, it will show the URL and it'll upload it as a resume here. And then from here, I can go back up to the top, open the job, apply for the job. Maybe I might even apply for this job. We'll see what happens. There we go. Resume's done. I've got the Google Docs link, so I can always tweak it as a Google Doc, but I have a PDF here as well. There we go. Awesome, 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 awesome. That's great. Super cool. Resume ready to go. I'll just create my cover letter as well because, like I said, might as well just apply. We'll see what happens. While that's going, I'm just going to go ahead and download that resume to my computer. And people generalist. Oh, sorry, it was already open here. Apply, go back, and let's just go Rob Weidner, me at robweidner.com. Don't need to put my phone number in. I'm going to go ahead and attach my resume, which I just downloaded. But it also automatically goes to my Google Drive, so I can get it from my Google Drive. My cover letter, let's just go ahead and attach my cover letter from here. Looks like the cover letter is still being generated. My LinkedIn profile, I like to put the LinkedIn profile on my job tracker just so it's easier to copy and paste. So let's grab that, come back here and paste that in. And let's just see how the cover letter is doing. Cover letter is all done, which is great. Let's go ahead and download that. Come back here, attach the cover letter. Cover letter is ready to go. And then voila, just like that. So you can go ahead, finish your application. And in 17 minutes, we went ahead and we applied to a job with personalized information using AI as a tool. Everything in the job tracker and everything in the cover letter and the job descriptions are all based on true facts about me and my experience. So I do think it's important to go through and just make sure that this hasn't hallucinated that much. You can tweak that. And so that's important to go through and acknowledge and just realize. But then once that comes in, you can move it along to applied, sit back, wait for a response. But let me know if this is something that is something that people want. I'd be more than happy to potentially even use the new Airtable Portal feature to see if I can open this up on their new portals, or I can just send this to anyone who's looking to use this little HireTable to help get hired. So let me know what you think. Feel free to reach out, check out my website, robweidner.com, and I look forward to hearing back some feedback. Thanks.